Yo! Yo! Nah, ain't no episode today, man. I just wanted to go live just to mess up the algorithm, man. See, look, just look around, man. Don't get shot. Don't get shot. We're not doing no episode. It's just me being live. How y'all guys doing, man? How y'all guys doing? I'm doing great, man. You know, trying to step up. You know, what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to fuck up the algorithm right quick, man. What's up? How y'all doing, man? I know y'all used to seeing me one time a week, but I'm trying to step that up. No, I ain't gonna say trying. I will step that up. Just trying, just looking at stuff on Twitter. Might hop around this, hop around that. Just trying to see some stuff, man. Just trying to see some stuff that I see. Like, ooh, that might be something to talk about Monday. But other than that, man, how y'all guys feel? Like, other than that, how y'all guys feeling, man? Because, it's a lot of stuff that's going around now the world. This ain't me trying to dig deep into certain projects. This just me, looking around right quick. Just looking around, man. I might find something funny to look at. You know how it is, man. But, I just way it gotta be sometimes. But, it's a lot of stuff that's going down. I'm gonna try to get to certain stuff. Hopefully. Hopefully not. Who cares? Nobody cares anyway. Might as well get into something. Shoot, he got the first one right here. The U.S. Congress passed the Epstein Transparency Act requiring Justice Department to release the files. Ooh, ooh, wee. Ooh, ooh, wee. There you go, people. For everybody who kept crying, screaming, we need justice. There you go. The House of Department passed the H.R. 4405, the Epstein Files Transparency Act, sponsored by Representative Thomas Massey and Ro Kahana, or how you say his name, by voting of 427 to 1. Who is that one? With Representative Clay Higgins as the sole opponent. Why? He votes the opposite, Clay Higgins, as the sole opponent. The U.S. Senate approved the bill by unanimous consent without amendments, sending it to Donald Trump for the signature. The legislature mandates the Department of Justice to release all unclassified records, documents, and investigate materials related to Jeff Epstein's sex trafficking case while allowing redactions for victims' privacy and national security and active investigations. And this is Clay. This is Clay, y'all. Clay, the one who said, nope, we shouldn't do it. I might have to see why did Clay I'm gonna look it up and see why Clay didn't wanted this out. Why Clay? I got in capital letters. My bad. Why Clay opposed? Hey, don't mind my spelling, man. The app. Don't mind my spelling, man. To be released. Don't mind my spelling, man. Probably ain't the best. Probably ain't the best. Why Clay opposed Epstein? Let's see what he did. I ain't gonna go too deep into all these topics, but I'm just trying to just trying to figure out why. Like, what was the reason? Well, what Glock can tell me. But you already know, man. We gonna talk about it more Sunday, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Clay, he's a conservative member represented by Louisiana Third District. Conditional District was solely lawmaker was against the bipartisan bill. Okay, you know about that. Clay Higgins, who was opposed to the measure since was the first to introduce 3 months ago, argued that the bill broad language would violate long-standing U.S. criminal justice protection and harm individuals. In a statement, what he said, he explained what was wrong with the bill 3 months ago, and it's still wrong today. It bans 250 years of criminal justice procedure in America. As written, the bills and injuries thousands of people, witness people who provided alibis and family. Um, Clay Higgins, he said, lack of safeguards for Epstein victims. So basically, you could say that. Basically, he could say that he basically didn't want the Epstein files to be. He didn't want the Epstein files to, tarnish what I guess what was already built up. I guess that's what's already on the table. I mean, you could say that. You could say that. I mean, it does make sense where you got all these evidence, you got all this, you know. I understand why he would say that because the victims do need to be protected, and like they knew they need to be protected. But one thing that's kind of puzzling to me, is like, okay, yeah, we talking about protecting the victims, but why we not giving the victims justice? And I'm not saying that these victims did not go through certain, things. I'm not saying that they didn't go through certain stuff. I'm not saying that. What they went through, they probably went through some stuff that I shouldn't be talking about. But one thing I'm just pointing out is that why is there a runaround? Why is there a runaround where it was on some like, yo, we got the files, we got this, and we just ready to put it out. We're ready to make an arrest. And no arrest has been made. It's still like speculation and allegedly things that's going around. So it's like, I don't like that runaround. I don't like that. To be honest, I don't like the fact that if you Trump didn't campaign on that. He campaigned on all the different stuff that was kind of more. I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say important, but he campaigned more on stuff that was more important, like immigration, the well-being of the country, stuff like that. I'm not about to say that he shouldn't have campaigned on it. No, he kind of steered away from that because he saw that the opposition was kind of using it as a weapon. That's why he do say it's a hoax. It's a Democratic hoax because at the same time we still gotta look at the fact that the Epstein file's been in numerous of people's possessions. This file has been in numerous people's possessions, including the Democrats. So now we just gonna say, oh, Trump gotta release it because he the one who promised it. No, it's just the fact that we got all these other people that has had Epstein detained. We gotta look at them partisan people. We gotta look at them partisan people. Then we gotta look at how some people will bring it up as a counter to show that President Trump is not doing what he's supposed to do. So we gotta just release it. I don't want that. I don't want that as a. I don't want that as a comeback. I don't want that as a comeback for me. That's just how I looked at it. I don't want that as a comeback for anyone to just shoot themselves at a combat. Oh, he said he was going to release the file. Why haven't he? It's like, big dog, these files been in people's hands. These files has been floating around. Shoot, you can go look back. You can look back in all this stuff. This stuff has been here. It's just that some of the people we forget. We don't remember. But I get it though. I get it. It's a lot of people don't remember how far these files go in. And then it gets to the point where you just gotta just realize, like, yeah, you can forget, but there's always gonna be receipts. And then that's when you just gotta tell yourself, like, yo, like, come on, do y'all really care? Do y'all really care, or are y'all using this as a get back? Is this a get back to show that President Trump ain't doing what he's supposed to do, or do you really care? So that might be a good one. Let me write that down. Let me put that one as another topic we're going to talk about Sunday. Because I know that's going to be highlighted. And I also know that that's going to be a good topic to go on, because there's going to be more stuff to come out. So they voted. Yeah, because I gotta. I just want to, I just want to make mental note. This ain't, like I said, this ain't an episode. This ain't an episode where we're gonna dig deeper. All right, let's look at another one, man. Wow. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj thanked President Trump. Nicki Minaj thanked President Trump. Oh, shit. Nicki Minaj thanked President Trump. Where can I get that? Okay. What? There we go. That's it right there. Nicki Minaj thanked President Trump for standing up for persecuted Christians in Nigeria. Declared the faith is under attack in too many places. Um, Minaj delivered the speech at United Nations. I would like to thank President Trump. Well, I'd like to thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and his leadership to the global stage in calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria. Hmm. Hmm. Let's get a little clip of what she said. And if y'all guys, um, my bad, if y'all guys just, if y'all guys just on here just, watching it with me, hey, be free to comment topics that you want us to talk about too, because that would be cool for me to, have it logged in. I would do that. Mm. Mm. I'm not gonna dig too far deep in that one because I know this is a touchy topic. This is a touchy topic not only for because it's like nowadays people are starting to go in this trend, or politicians are starting to go in this trend of having musicians as the ones to speak up, not speak up, but just speak on stuff. I'm just looking at it like this is kind of like it's tricky. This one is tricky because it's like Nicki Minaj got her background. I'm not about to. No, I am not judging her. I'm not about to judge her on that one. I can't judge her on that one because she's telling the truth. Christianity is kind of getting attacked. It is kind of getting attacked in all different levels. Some might say, Christianity ain't even a religion anyway. It's not even a religion for black people. It has gotten to several different ways, and I just hate the fact that we are looking at the wrong people to speak on stuff like that. I ain't saying Nicki Minaj the wrong person, but it's like, why does it take a person like her to speak up and to have people behind it to say, "Oh, yeah, yeah, she's totally right." But I do represent how she is kind of like going against her grain. That is, I'll say she do got like a positive for him because she is a New York person, and right now New York City has elected a socialist, an Islamist. So her going basic against her own grain, where she from, it might backfire. Sometimes that gotta happen. Hold on, people. Sometimes that gotta happen. You know, I am one of the type of people that represent that. I do have a background of liberal or Democrat people that support the opposition or the people that support certain stuff. And, I'm not discrediting no one who still support them, but you just gotta look at the realism on why do you continue to support certain type of people. But once again, I'm not gonna go deep. I'm not gonna go deep. But just once again, you just gotta look at that. You do gotta look at that like if a rapper does want to step up and talk and tell people like, yo, this is going down. We need to highlight it. It's not a bad thing. I'm not against that part. Now, the person who's doing it, it's more like you gotta practice what you preach. But maybe she had to turn a stone. Cause the people around her ain't the people that who she represent too. It's kind of like I don't want to look at that and be like, oh yeah, they're speaking the truth. Because it's a tricky, slippery road, man. Because it's like, why do it though? It shouldn't take no R&B singer. It shouldn't take no rapper to get a voter. That's what I'm trying to say. Or it shouldn't take an artist. It shouldn't take an artist for them to step up and say, yeah, what he's doing is right. Some people just gotta just look at that and be like, yo, he is telling the truth. He is doing what's right. But I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna go deep in it. I'm just looking at stuff that, what I'm saying, I'm coming across. He ain't doing too much. Like I said, Sunday is really our time. This is more just me hopping on. What's up, people? And that's it. But like I said, if you're watching this stream, you can go ahead and put in um, you can go ahead and put in some topics that you want us to discover or you want us to talk about. I have no problem. It could be sports, just like how this one might come up. Just like how sports, it could be something about sports. Like, it don't matter. Dang, I didn't even have it up. But it could be about sports. Oh, shoot. Okay. I probably did it wrong. I probably ain't heard nothing the first time. My bad, people. But anything. But this is more like a sports take right here from Cam Newton about Shadir.
All right. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I do not think Kevin Stefanski wants Shador Sanders to succeed in Cleveland. The
Mm.
reason being is don't tell me what he said, don't tell me what he's saying. I'm going off of actions. All right, let's go off actions. The actions is if I'm Shador or if I'm a Shador Sanders fan, I would not want him to take the field because that's going to consistently be the display we're going to see. It doesn't matter if it's Deshaun Watson. It doesn't matter if it's Shador Sanders. It doesn't matter if it's Dylan Gabriel. It doesn't matter if it's Dan Orlovsky. It doesn't matter if it's Cam Newton. You need help in Cleveland when you have a quarterback that's still making $46 million on your roster and he's not healthy. That impacts the talent that's around him. They are not a good team. Right. But this is the thing that really irks me the most is because he doesn't get any reps. Circa 2015, circa when Cam Newton was the MVP, circa when, hey, my backup for majority of my career was probably the biggest blessing of my career to have a veteran in Derek Anderson. Ron Rivera still knew we're one play away, kid, from you not being available.
That might be a good one to go. That might be a good first thought. We should make that a first thought. Yeah, I'm gonna make that a first thought because sometimes we be in and out of sports, so I don't mind making that first thought. I ain't saying that it will be. I'm just saying I don't mind making it a first thought. But I do want to give my take on that take on the first take. Speaking on Shadur, because I had my words about Shadur. I did. It wasn't. It wasn't like. That's one thing about nowadays when you do give your take. People you don't. Some people don't like the take. I'm not saying Shadur was horrible. I'm not saying Shadur is horrible. I'm not saying Shadur. I'm gonna say it like this. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think Shadur performance put him in the caliber of a college player that took over a game. That was my take. I didn't think he was a good enough quarterback to uplift his team. And let's be honest. Like, if you wanted to be a first round pick, you have to have first round games. You have to take over a game. People have to see you on that field and say, he's the reason why they won. That's my take. I didn't feel like Shadur was that good enough a player at quarterback. Don't get me wrong. His stats showed a lot. His stats was the great stats. He got QB college. He got college QB player of the year. Was respectfully owned. But far as me seeing Shadur on the field in the NFL, I didn't think that his talent was that good enough for me to say, oh yeah, he's gonna change the Browns. That's what the Browns need. You gotta realize Browns, they had Deshaun Watson. The Browns went through a cycle of quarterbacks. And I'm supposed to be the one to be like, yo, so they're gonna change the whole Browns. That's a tough take. That's a tough take. But one thing I can say, I can say, has Shadur been in the best possible situation with the Browns? Has the Browns make sure that they develop their rookie quarterback? No, they didn't. To be honest, them losing so many games, there should be accountability right now with the Browns association. There should be some type of. I'm gonna say like this: if Dave Canales would have been losing more games, trust and believe, if he was 1-5 right now, or 1-5 2 weeks ago, he would have been fired. Point blank. Because at the end of the day, we do got to have coaches that put players in the best position. And I don't think that Browns truly developed Shadir to his capacity as an NFL player. That's just me. That's just my take. I ain't about to say, oh, it's injustice that he. I'm not about to say, oh yeah, it's because he's black. Nah, go ahead. Oh nah, man. Don't. It ain't got nothing to do with no color skin. It just got to deal with the organization. We all been we all been in some wacky organizations, wacky employment. Now, if you do want to fight that argument of saying, "Oh, yeah, it's because of my skin color," that's you, Bill. That's you, Bo. If all means, go ahead and sue that company. But me, it's all about wacky organizations. Oh, this is a crazy one too. It kind of disturbed me. I ain't like it. I did not like. I saw this video and it kind of it made me kind of pissed off a little bit watching this video because uh, I see this is the stuff that the black community don't want to talk about what goes on in the neighborhood, but we want to blame other people. Let's just watch a little bit.
Come on, blood. Shamar looking at. Shamar. Come here. What you want, Shamar? Foot. Shamar, foot. What you want, Shamar? Shamar looking at. Come on. Look at them ankles, boy. Shamar looking at. Junior. Hey, foot, don't touch my brother, foot.
Oh, hell no, those ankles ashy as fuck.
Look at them bitches, bad crackhead. Other bitches, Lauren. That's his ass. There you are. Oh my God, there you are.
The little kids in them, not the big kids. The big kids not touching them. I'm saying the little ones.
I was gonna smash that bitch on my brother.
I mean, and this what goes on in our neighborhoods. Like, to be honest, it's like what kind of disturbed me is the fact that when I see stuff like this that go on in our neighborhoods, you might get picked on for not having the right amount of money, or your mom and dad is probably working one job, and your mom and dad probably, just getting by. Some kids take it upon themselves to judge you where you came from or where you been at. These kids are so ignorant that they are attacking a pregnant woman. She's pregnant too. Stuff like that don't be talked about in our community because we don't take accountability. She got a little boy. The oldest one is a boy. He had to sit there as a young man and see that there's other little kids attacking his mama in front of his sister. But we talk about, young men and how they're developed. It looked like the boy already you know, was getting bullied because he holding his eye and he was crying. I'm not gonna go deep into it. But I ain't gonna lie. If if I if I was like, if that was in that situation, that would have traumatized me. I'm not gonna lie. That's right there. That's the reason why we got some of these cutthroat YNs. Could you blame that little boy if if when he got older he just wanted to shoot, kill, and destroy? He sat there and watched peers, practically the same age as him, attack his mother while she was pregnant. And that's another reason why we need fathers in our lives. We need fathers here. That's another big reason right there. If she would have had a man in her life, do you think that would have happened? If he would have stepped up and like, nah, these kids ain't, they would have heard a grown man voice, nah, y'all little ass motherfuckers, get away from here. The fuck wrong with y'all? You think that would have went down like that? They would have heard a grown ass man cuss them little kids out. But also too, that's getting kind of disturbing is the fact that it's like going viral is meaningless. It's kind of like the First Amendment nowadays. Like you got to realize the First Amendment was basically created for us to not to get consequences for our, spoken mind. It was really for, let the government not oppose on any threat to our beliefs or our opinions, even if our opinions was toward the government. That was initially what the First Amendment was created for. Now you just got people saying anything and using that. You stupid F. Oh, I think this about that. And I could be able to say it because I have the right to say it. That's my First Amendment. The only reason a lot of people are misusing the First Amendment because we don't have a government that actually opposing. We got now in certain situations that has happened that they oppose the First Amendment. I get it. But back in them days where it was another country that was an oppressor towards this country, and they was actually taking people business away because they didn't like what they were saying. Like that's a real oppression right there. And I hate that's what's going down kind of like in the viral lane. It's like a lot of people, they don't care how they become viral. It used to have, like, being viral used to have that integrity. Oh, I want to go viral because I'm a comedian and I'm funny. Oh, I want to go viral because I'm a nurse and I want to teach people about certain stuff. Like it used to be a meaning to go viral. Nowadays, people just want that viral high. And it's sad that I remember back in the day, it was kind of like I was in eighth grade before I even touched a phone. Nowadays, you got so many kids that got a phone, they got TikTok, they got Facebook, they got Instagram, and they want to become viral. They see other people make money, so they trying to get viral too. And it's sad when you look at them kids. It's like, man, these kids actually out here attacking grown-ups, attacking a pregnant. Ah, man. But what we gonna do? We're not gonna blame the kids. We're not gonna blame the kids. We're not even gonna blame the parents. We're just gonna, hey, that's just life. That's just life. We don't want to talk about that no more. We don't want to talk about how we need accountability for these parents to give their kids a phone, and these kids are just going outrageously with that privilege. Man, if I saw my son out there attacking a pregnant lady, I would yank his ass up. But I don't. It's I don't want to go too deep in it because it kind of like that's the stuff that people don't in our neighborhoods don't want to talk about. How we continuously disrespect our own race. We continuously disrespect our own culture, but we hold it as pride in front of other cultures, but we don't take it as pride until we feel disrespected. But yo, that's something we should go over. It's something that we should go over. I'm just scrolling through, man. Don't mind me. I think that was something that went down in the emails. They were saying that Epstein was talking to certain. I heard it was emails. First, the one email, there was a couple emails that got, released, and they had all kinds of incriminating. They had all kinds of incriminating stuff. I think that's one on two, where Epstein was, helping to fund the Democratic Party. And I think this reporter is trying to talk to Dollar Tree Obama about that. So let's see what's saying.
Why should Americans trust you and House Democrats on the Jeffrey Epstein files when one of your own, Congresswoman Plaskett, was found to be texting with Jeffrey Epstein during a hearing, getting information from him, using that in her questioning during a congressional hearing, and at one point he tells her, "Good job."
This is a bipartisan effort to make sure that, consistent with what the survivors have requested, that there's full and complete transparency, and every single predator who may be in those Justice Department files doesn't escape accountability. Thanks.
Why should Americans trust you?
Did he answer the question or not? Did he answer the question? Be real. Did he answer the question? But he's right, though. Anybody who's involved should have accountability. There should be some type of accountability. I don't care who you is. there should be accountability. There should be accountability towards what you know. It should be accountability towards who he was actually, messaging. Because they say he was coaching certain congressmen or women into making them say certain stuff. So that I'm just saying, I just all I'm saying is that some of y'all, it should be accountability. There should be an accountability. I don't care what anybody say. If you was involved with it or if you wasn't, there should be an accountability towards that. Um, that's why we should just let all this stuff out. Whoever get hurt, whoever get hurt. No more protection. We protecting if protecting the victims. I understand you're supposed to have redacted. You're supposed to redact the files for the witness. But at this point, let's say they all fall out. Redact what we got to redact. But I don't want to hear this used as a, weapon because it's getting weird. It's not doing nothing for no one that we keep using this as a punching point towards each partisan. Each party. This is not a partisan issue. This never was a partisan issue. I ain't trying to just throw it away, but let's get the accountability out the way. Because at this point, you have fingers pointing at everybody, and this has been going for years. Like, yo, I think I was in college when these Epstein files came out. Epstein case was brought upon us. Like, we should let this thing. Like, come on, it's time for us to get through with it. Whoever go down, go down. Whoever innocent, innocent. And I did hear that. I did hear that Trump was giving certain people head, which is wild. But hey, man, I talked about it with my panel off screen. We definitely got to cover some of that stuff too. But I ain't gonna go deep. Patrick Bev. Come on, Patrick. Patrick Beverly was arrested for assault on a family member, impeding breath, which is a third-degree felony. The report said that Patrick Bev called home after his 15-year-old sister snuck out with her boyfriend, allegedly grabbed her by the neck with both hands, lifted her off the ground, and squeezed for 20 to 30 seconds until she couldn't breathe. Then carried her while she was choking, slammed her to the wall, laid her on the couch, stood over her, and punched her once in the eye. Man. Not a good look. Not a good look. Not a good look. Not a good look, man. That's one of them things, like, this is one of the things that is like, this is one of the things is like, you don't know. It's just one of the things that it's like, that's more like a personal issue. That's more like a personal incident. And it's like, dang, I hate the fact because I'm gonna say it like this: if you have a niece, cousin, you sometimes we got family members or we got family members that need help with, I'm gonna say like with their kids. Sometimes, especially with girls, you can't be too rough with girls because stuff like that does turn to assault. But it's like when you're trying to reach a message, you do get frustrated. I'm not on Patrick Bev's side, but I just don't know what goes on in his family. I don't know if Patrick Bev got the green light to yoke up his niece or whatever. I just know he got arrested. But it's something that we might go, let's have a little hee hee ha ha moment.
We choose truth over fact.
Wow. AI is
Do a
true.
little trolling. It's called we do a little trolling.
Wow. Wow.
We choose truth.
You just gotta love AI nowadays. AI is crazy. Crazy. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that's going down though, man. It's just that you gotta like pay attention to it. You can't just like look away from it because you got Monday Night Football showing commercials like this.
I suffered so much pain.
So much pain.
So much pain.
I suffered so much pain. I was 14 years old.
I was 16 years old.
I was 16.
17.
14 years old.
This is me.
This was me.
This is me.
When I met Jeffrey Epstein.
This is me when I met Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeesh. That's why it's like, man, I want this thing. I want it to be over with. I want it to be over with. I want all this stuff to be cleared because it's like everybody's bringing it up. Who is not bringing it up? And it's like a lot of people are getting. It's more like that Kendrick versus Drake rap battle, where Kendrick basically called him a pedophile, said he was fucking around with little kids, and that tarnished his rep. I don't care what y'all say about that. When you call a man a pedophile, most likely a lot of people are going to see that. A lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, he was a pedophile. But I'm not about to, it's hard to go. I ain't gonna go too deep in that one. But that's another good topic. I ain't gonna say that's a topic, but that's something crazy to go at. Or you can go on this one. It's just crazy how much people just support Trump. Toyota CEOs go full MAGA at NASCAR event as car maker unreveals a $912 million investment in U.S. manufacturing. There we go again. There you go. I guess he a coon too. I guess he crazy too. I guess he crazy too then. I want to grind that. Oh, how many total investments? How many? Total in so I put this year. I'm gonna put this year. It seemed like it's kind of like a hard number to bring up. But I'm going to give you a certain number, though. Announced commitments, White House claims 5 to 8.8 trillion in pledges and releasing flows at 600 billion to one. Oh, that's good. Forecast of 5 to 6 trillion in 2005. That's a tough number. All I'm just trying to just pull up. Just trying to see like the number of investments that, I've been seeing. It's like, it's a lot of numbers out there, man. It's a lot of numbers out there. This was like happened recently too, that Trump called MGT a traitor. Margaret Trader Green. And she had a response for that, man. Let's look at her response to it.
I was called a traitor by a man that I fought for 6 years for. And I gave him my loyalty for free. I won my first election without his endorsement, beating 8 men in a primary. And I've never owed him anything, but I fought for him for the policies and for America first. And he called me a traitor for standing with these women and refusing to take my name off the discharge petition. Let me tell you what a traitor is. A traitor is an American that serves foreign countries and themselves. A patriot is an American that serves the United States of America and Americans like the women standing behind me. And I want to tell you that this only became possible today because the American people whom we serve as representatives here in Congress demanded that this vote happen, and they put more pressure on every single elected politician in this city than has ever been put on them.
That's it for me. I mean, let me look up and see why. Let's look up and see why she was called a traitor. Why is she a traitor? The question is why she a traitor. Level of traitor. This stems from a heated public rift in the Republican Party, primarily over MGT push the government held related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Trump withdrew his endorsement on her number 14, calling her wacky, and escalated by doubling down on Marjorie Taylor Greene. From Trump's perspective, statements reported in the press, the portrayal centers on MGT perceived disloyalty to him on American First agenda, defiance on releasing the files. Marjorie was one of the 4 House Republicans to sign partisan discharge petition co-sponsored by OK Cohen and Thomas Massey to force a vote on the Epstein files. This bill would compel the department to declassify all Epstein-related documents, including names on how Trump opposes the full release, viewing it as unnecessary, politically risky, and accused Marjorie of aligning with the other side Democrat by supporting it on November 18th. Yeah, we just went over that. Yeah, we did. It's kind of like Trump flip-flopping on his issue with her, though, because it's like before now he wanted the things to be released now, so and MTG, she also has been the ones that always been putting out the agenda of we're serving Israel. We're bowing down to Israel. Israel owned the United States. I got no comment, man. But this might be something to look into for Sunday. But I'm glad some of y'all joined in. I'm gonna try to do this more frequently, just to get the algorithm up and going. Stay tuned, man, till the next time, man. I'm glad y'all came in. Just give me, hey, I'll see y'all next time, man. Also stay tuned. Stay tuned for Sunday, because we're going to get back to the new season. I'm treating this like an episode, but it's not an episode, so don't worry about it, okay? Holla at me. Probably tomorrow. I'm going to come at it up tomorrow, man. See more stuff that went on today. Holla at me. You just got to step up the game up, man. That's all it is. But I'm glad y'all tuned in. Thanks for that one viewer. Probably somebody on Facebook. Who knows? A lot of people hate on Facebook too. I didn't really get to go over I ain't really get to go on Charlotte Ice. I ain't get to go over there. We're gonna go over there though next time. Y'all holler at me though.